Hello, my dear children. How are you all? Hope you all are fine and safe at your home. Children, today we will discuss Science Chapter 1 Nutrition in Plants. So, student, what is nutrition? You know, I'll tell you. Children, nutrition is the process of taking up nutrients and then utilizing them to fulfill the requirement of the body. Okay? Nutrition is the process of taking up nutrients and then utilizing them to fulfill the requirement of the body. Students, food is essential for the survival of all living organisms. Food provide energy for various life processes. Food contains all essential nutrients for growth and survival. It also helps to build, repair, maintain body cells and tissues. All living things need food, but their way of consuming food is not the same. Some organisms can synthesize their food while some take food from other organisms. Now, let's discuss mode of nutrition in plants. Okay? The process by which an organism takes in food and utilizing it is called nutrition. Components of food such as carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals are called nutrients. These are nutrients. Okay? Plants follow two modes of nutrition, autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic nutrition. This kind of nutrition in which an organism makes its own food by utilizing simple substances from the environment is called autotrophic nutrition. We know green plants show autotrophic nutrition, hence they are called producers. Yes, they are producers or autotroph. Green plants prepare their food by a process called photosynthesis. By a process called photosynthesis. Okay? Now, children, what is photosynthesis? The process by which green plants synthesize their food using carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay? Called photosynthesis. Means plants make their food by the process of photosynthesis with the help of carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. Okay? The requirements for photosynthesis are green leaves, chlorophyll, sunlight, water and minerals. Okay? Number 1, green leaves. Green leaves are called food factory of plants because the food making process takes place in the leaves. Okay? Number 2, chlorophyll. The cells of green leaves have several green structure called chloroplast. Chloroplast contain a pigment called chlorophyll. Chloroplast contain a pigment called chlorophyll. Okay? Next, sunlight. Light energy is used to synthesize, means prepare food with the help of carbon dioxide and water. Water and minerals. Plants absorb water and minerals from the soil through their roots. Yes, with the help of roots. Plants absorb water and minerals from the soil. These are transported to leaves through pipe-like vessels present inside the roots, stem and branches and leaves. Next, carbon dioxide. Oxide. Leaves take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen through the tiny pores called stomata. The stomata are present on the underside of most leaves. The chlorophyll containing cells of leaf in the presence of sunlight use carbon dioxide and water to prepare food for photosynthesis. Okay, the food prepared is in the form of carbohydrates, means sugar. These sugars ultimately get converted into starch, another carbohydrate. It also gives energy. In brief, photosynthesis can be represented by following equation. You can see carbon dioxide, yani 6CO2 plus 6H2O, water from soil. In the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, carbohydrate means food, C6H12O6 plus 6O2 means oxygen. Okay, is produced. Did you know, children, photosynthesis can also be carried out by other parts of plants apart from their leaves. For example, in cactus, green stem carries out this process. Remember this line. In cactus, green stems carries out this process. Okay, next. Synthesis of proteins by plant. Other than carbohydrates, plants also synthesize proteins. Pulses which we get from plants are rich source of proteins. Proteins are rich in a substance called nitrogen. Nitrogen, though available in plenty in air, cannot be utilized directly by the plants. Plants obtain nitrogen in two ways. Certain bacteria present in the soil convert nitrogen from the air into nitrogenous salt and release them into the soil. These nitrogenous salts dissolve with water inside the soil. This soluble form of nitrogen is absorbed by the plants along with water through the roots. Number 2, farmer add chemical, means fertilizers, to the soil to increase its nitrogen content. Okay. Next, heterotrophic nutrition. First we discuss about autotrophic, now we discuss about heterotrophic nutrition. Okay. There are certain plants which cannot synthesize their own food as they do not have chlorophyll. These plants depend on other plants for food and are called heterotrophs. They therefore exhibit heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Some heterotrophic plants are cuscuta, mushroom, mistletoe. Next, parasite. The non-green plants that grow and feed on other living organisms are called parasites. Okay. The living organism from which the parasite derives its food is known as host. In other words, we can say that parasitic nutrition organism obtain its food from living organism without killing them. Example, roundworm. Next, insectivorous plants. Plants which supplement their nutrients by trapping and digesting animal, particularly insect are called insectivorous or insectivorous plant. Insectivores or insectivorous plants. These plants trap insect. These plants trap insect and small animals using a specialized modification of leaves. Even though all of them are green and can photosynthesis, they rely partially on insect as and small animals for their supply of nitrogenous compound. Fincher plants, Sandew, bladderworts, and Venus, fly traps, and some example of insectivorous plants. Next, symbiosis. A relationship between two organisms where both benefit is called symbiosis. A relationship between two organisms where both benefit where both benefit is called symbiosis. Such organisms are called symbionts. The association the association they have is called symbiotic relationship. Lichen is an example of such an association between two organisms, alga, autotroph, and fungus, saprophyte. The green alga prepare the food. The fungus absorbs water and mineral salts to supply the alga. Next, saprophytic nutrition. We can say that in saprophytic nutrition, organism obtain its food from dead and decaying organism. In this nutrition, or means in saprophytic nutrition, organism obtain its food from dead and decaying organism. Example, fungi. Some bacteria and fungi that obtain their energy from dead and decaying matter are called saprophytes. The saprophytes use digestive juice called enzymes to break down the complex organic matter into simple ones. The digested food is then absorbed. This type of nutrition is called saprophytic nutrition. The Indian pipe and mushrooms are example of saprophytic nutrition. Next, nutrients relationship, replenishment in the soil. Nutrients replenishment in the soil. When plants absorb nutrients from the soil, it depletes the amount of nutrients in the soil. These nutrients can be replenished by natural method as well as by adding manures and fertilizers to the soil. Saprophytes act upon dead and decaying matter and break them into substances that can be used by other organisms. For example, some bacteria break down proteins from dead plants and animals into nitrates. These nitrates are absorbed by plants' roots to build new amino acids and proteins. Since bacteria and fungi decompose the dead bodies of plant and animals into simple substances, they are known as decomposers. Yes, they decompose plants and animals, dead plants and animals. Okay, children. So, children, I'll give you some assignment questions. Please do these assignment questions in your science notebook. Okay, chapter is complete. Tomorrow we will discuss your exercise. Thank you. Have a nice day and God bless you all.